Problem says state the congruence postulate or theorem to show that the triangles are congruent. So there are 5 different ways to prove triangles are congruent. Even though this is a multiple choice question, I still will list them out from my proof reason sheet. What are the 5 different ways to prove triangles congruent? The other thing I like to do is to just focus on one triangle. It doesn't matter which one. So I'm just going to pick this top triangle to focus on, so I'm not looking at too many things at once. So I'm going to label based on the tick marks. Are these tick marks talking about side lengths or are they talking about angles? So this one over here is on a side. I'm going to put an S for side. And this one also is on a side, another S for side. So from there, you want to go through all of these options to figure out which ones have 2 S's. So I'm going to cross out the 2 bottoms because they do not have 2 S's in each of them. Hypotenuse leg requires you to have a right angle. Even though in this corner it looks like a right angle, that is not something that you can assume unless I put a box there and I tell you it's a right angle. So crossing that one out. So now we're kind of at a crossroads. We have exhausted all of the tick marks that are already given to you, and you have to add in a 3rd tick mark. The only 2 options that you have for adding in a 3rd tick mark would either be reflexive property or vertical angles, right? Vertical angles are created by if they share a point, the 2 triangles, versus reflexive properties if they share an entire side. So which situation is happening here? If you look at the 2 triangles, see how they're attached by this side length in between? Because they're attached by this side length in between, this problem we're talking about reflexive property. So I can put a 3rd tick mark on that side length to say that side length is congruent to itself. And I'm going to put an S there because that's a side, and that tells you now this is by side, side, side.